Nikki Bernstein here with Hall of Fame trainer Shug McGaughey, who will saddle a couple of horses for this Saturday's stakes. First is Davona, who will run in the Grade 3 Canadian Turf. He finished third in this race last year after a 3-month layoff. His last start on November 23rd, he posted a 2 1/4 length victory in the Citation Handicap Grade 2. Coming into this race again after 3 months, how is he coming into this race compared to last year?
Well, I think he's a lot more professional now than he was last year. He came into this race off an allowance race. I wanted to run him in an allowance race and not the Canadian last year, but it didn't happen. So, I think that we probably know a little bit more about him in his running style. He got a little bit too far back that day, but we thought he ran a really good race. That might have been the first time he'd ever run in a stake, too. And, he came off this race and won the Grade 1 Maker's Mark, so that's kind of what we got in our mind this year.
And why the same approach in taking the 3 months off?
Well, I just wanted to give him a little break after he'd been to California, and because hopefully we'll have him for the whole year. And so this race gives us plenty of time from Saturday till the race at Keeneland.
Okay. And next we have Triple Crown nominee Orb, who will run in the Grade 2 Fountain of Youth Stakes. He comes into this race with back-to-back wins, looking for his third. His last race was his first time going a 2-turn mile and an eighth. Was he a horse expected to improve with distance?
Yeah, 2 turns, and when that race came up in the book going a mile and an eighth, I said, this is going to hit him right in the head. And, we were really pleased because his running style doesn't really suit this racetrack, because he comes from back. And really when I came down here, I thought, well, maybe I'll get a couple starts in him. When I get him back up to Aqueduct, he'll really thrive there over that bigger track. And then we kind of get a little plus when he won here the other day. And the Fountain of Youth's not the greatest place to running back, being a 2 other than, but there's really the only option I had. So obviously I hope that he wins, but I hope that he makes a good showing for himself so we can kind of go on either Florida Derby or Wood Memorial, just trying to pick our spot. We don't have Derby fever. We're just trying to see where he takes us.
And you mentioned him coming from behind off the pace a little bit. What's the game plan coming into this race?
Well, he's got the 1 post, and it looks like to me there's a lot of speed in the race, and there's horses that had speed going 7/8 and that kind of stuff. So I hope the race develops in front of him, and Johnny can get him in a decent spot. But we'll be back, and can make a decent run. He likes the outside, so hopefully we can get him to the outside and see where it goes from there.
Perfect. We look forward to seeing Davona and Orb for this Saturday's what hopes to be a great day of stakes races.